Now, I was really hoping somebody would not ask me this question, but I'm not afraid to give my opinion. So you ask a question and I answer it truthfully without any bias, so let's get right into it. Thoughts on Miles' hair? If you didn't see it already, the trailer for Spider-Man 2, the video game, came out yesterday, and it gave us the first look at Miles without the mask. And to everyone's surprise, he got a new hairdo. Me personally, I don't like it. But not because it looks bad. It looks fine. This is a hairstyle that black men have been rocking for years. And when I say years, I literally mean it, because this is a picture of me from 2016. But that's my kind of issue with it, is that this hairdo is outdated. Like, no one is rocking this haircut anymore. And I feel like the developers of the game are trying to add something to Miles' character to make him seem cool. But the reality of it is that Miles is already cool. Like, he doesn't need like this new haircut to appeal to a certain audience, because everybody already loves him for who he is. Now, here's what I would have done if I were a writer or a developer on this video game if I wanted to give him this haircut. Now, once I give my idea, some of you guys are gonna think that I'm reaching, but just hear me out. Alright, now let's take it back to the beginning, 2011, Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. In this comic book, Miles Morales' mom actually passed away, and because of that, Miles gave up being Spider-Man. And I think the time skip was exactly 1 year. He took a 1 year break from being Spider-Man. And if you want to read this, it's actually issues 23 to 26. But anyways, if I was a writer or a developer on this video game, I would actually give some type of background or story with his new haircut. So let's just say in the video game, after Miles lost his father, he basically gave up being Spider-Man, and after that, he fell into depression. So during the time of Miles being depressed and not being Spider-Man, you know, he grew a little facial hair and grew out his hair, because we all know when you're depressed, you don't have any energy to go to the barbershop and get a haircut. But then Kraven shows up, and Peter realizes he can't take him on by himself. And that's where Miles comes back to being Spider-Man again to help Peter Parker save the city. So with that being said, I would have been cool to see him, you know, shave off that little facial hair, keep the dreads but add a fade to it. And I would write a story about how he kept the dreads to remind him of the person he would have became if he gave up on being Spider-Man. And that's how I would implement a new hairstyle to a character. Now, I am a firm believer on people trying new things, but I'm also a firm believer on, if it's not necessary, don't do it. His new hairstyle is just unnecessary, I guess. But again, that's just my opinion. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it doesn't look bad. And I don't hate it, but at the same time, I don't love it either. It's just not something I would have preferred for the character, at least not right now. But regardless, this game is going to be gas. And yes, I will be purchasing a PS5 just to play. Game of the year,